Hey, what's up, Avengers fans, and welcome to another hopefully interesting info session with me, Greg Elliott. Marvel Studios has introduced us to a lot of Avengers from the comics over the last decade or so, and I'd go as far to say as the MCU has even made some of the more minor Avengers of the comics bona fide A-listers on the big screen. But they're starting to run low on Avengers that they haven't used yet, and there's only a few key members left for them to introduce. The MCU is currently loaded with Avengers, both in the movies and on TV. Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor were the center of the Infinity Saga, and on TV we've gotten to see Mockingbird, Crystal, and soon we'll get Monica Rambeau and US Agent. But with Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Ms. Marvel soon joining the Disney Plus lineup, and Kit Harington appearing as the Black Knight in Eternals, the list of Avengers yet to appear in the MCU just got a whole lot shorter. Since their debut in 1963, a ton of heroes have been part of the Avengers, some for short periods of time, and some that stuck around for a while. Among some we haven't seen yet are Wonder Man, Star Fox, not to be confused with Nintendo's Star Fox, Swordsman, and hell, even Beast was an Avenger for a good chunk of time. But there's one in particular who joined them in the late 60s that the MCU still hasn't used yet, and it's probably due to his similarity to our favorite God of Thunder, the one and only
Hercules, Hercules, Hercules!
Yep, that Hercules was actually part of the Avengers. He made his first Silver Age appearance and journey into Mystery Annual #1 in 1965, and officially joined the team in 1967 in Avengers number 45, and he was around during some of their earliest battles with Magneto, Namor, and Red Guardian. And just my 2 cents, Namor might be kind of a jerk, but I'm still hoping we get to see him in the MCU at some point. Anyway, back to Hercules. He was in the Avengers off and on from 1984 to 1996, and he played key roles in some of their biggest stories, including the Under Siege story arc in 1986, in which he nearly got beaten to death by Baron Zemo's Masters of Evil in Avengers number 274. Also known as the Prince of Power, he's considered the strongest of the Olympians who can take on anything and anyone. But he also has a bit of a rep for bragging, being lazy, womanizing, and heavy drinking, but those qualities are exactly what separate him from his Norse counterpart, Thor. The two are both immortal and super strong, but I'd say Thor is a bit more noble and principled. They actually did get into a pretty good fight in the 2005 limited series Thor Blood Oath before Zeus ended up putting a stop to it. Now, why Hercules hasn't been introduced in the MCU could be due to the changes they made to Thor in Thor Ragnarok, which in a way kind of make an MCU version of Hercules unnecessary. Now, MCU Thor isn't quite the lazy boozing womanizer that Hercules is in the comics, but since Ragnarok made him much funnier and less serious than he was before, it takes away a lot of the things that separated the two of them. Or maybe it's just that Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kevin Sorbo, and The Rock have done such justice to the character that they couldn't imagine taking that away from us. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Now, if Marvel were to introduce Hercules into the MCU, they probably have to make him even more of a pompous jerk to differentiate him from Thor. Which isn't to say that they won't do it, but since the two are more similar now than they've been in the past, it might not make a lot of sense. But it would be pretty sweet to see the two together on screen. Alright guys, that's it for this little rundown on Marvel's Hercules. No matter what they decide to do with him, I'm sure it'll be better than Hercules in New York.
My mother may have been a model, but you, sirs, my father, are gods.
We'll keep you posted as we learn more, so make sure to keep tuning into Screen Rant to stay in the loop. I'm Greg Elliott, and I'll see you next time. Peace.